remember when we talked about that one guy that built that car that runs on water?
Right.
And he
Just
drove it
disappeared.
from fucking Vegas to like, San Diego or something.
Right.
And then, he fucking disappeared. Like his whole fucking, he was
Right.
poisoned. He's like, oh, they poisoned me. They poisoned, and then he died.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But,
that's the scary part.
right.
About like trying to come up with new ideas.
Which is weird because they let Elon Musk make a electric fucking vehicle.
Right.
Where like, I mean, maybe that's around the same thing, but I hear that electric vehicles have been around since the fucking 60s.
Right.
And they just never got popularized globally or big enough for it to be a market. I mean, I saw a video about all these different like vehicles and systems that use batteries and how to charge them and all this stuff, and how did it not become a thing? Right. I think also is because they weren't as fast, probably, and I think Elon figured out how to make them fucking fast, because too many times have there been battery powered whatever, they're fucking slow, just these fucking, I don't even know what kind of vehicle it was, but that vehicle that is covered in like solar panels and it's flat and shit.
No, I haven't seen
that. It wasn't impressive. It was just weird looking. But yeah, it's very interesting. Another thing is that also back then gas was super cheap. It was like $2, like not even, and not until like the demand went so high and the manufacturing of vehicles became so broad that now there's too much demand for and not enough supply in some way, That's why gas prices are insane right now.
Do you feel like it's the supply that creates the production, or no? Do you feel like it's the demand that creates the production, or do you feel like it's the suppliers that really generate the production? Because I mean, like, I know they kind of shared, but like sometimes I feel like we're kind of pawns in the bigger scheme of what's going on. Like the people who are creating our cars, they could just create all electric cars right now.
Yeah.
Like they could all just change it. And then if they only made electric cars available, like sure, there'd still be some people who are like, I'm going to make my own gas car or whatever. Yeah. But for the most part, everyone would just start driving electric cars. Kind of the same way it's like if they only, like right now, like there's only iPhones and Androids. There's only a very, like they're the two main brands. And sure, there's some off brands out there, but the majority of people have either an iPhone or like a Samsung, like an Android or an iPhone. At least in the States. And so like that's weird that like are we just direct avenues of this bigger conglomerate that's kind of like forcing us to go down these specific roads? And if so, why don't they choose healthier roads for us? Like they're choosing these fucked up directions and not helping themselves out.
How can you judge the market, I mean, remember when they thought that cigarettes were good for you and fucking doctors were like smoking in the surgery room and shit? It's like, I gotta get a cigarette so I can fucking calm down.
Is it all about money? It's just about money.
I think so, right?